Hi my lovelies, welcome back to my channel, and for everybody who is new, I'm Leorah and I'm so glad you found me. So welcome to this video where we are going to play with this one. This is the spring cleaning collection. Isn't this the cutest thing? Like seriously the cutest thing. This is the spring cleaning collection from Eunique Beauty, which is a UK based indie brand, and this is the first time that I'm working with this brand. I have done a couple of looks which you will see later in the video, and if you don't know, I'm just going to create this look. This is my final look using basically all of the palettes that are in here, because we have 3 6-pan palettes in here. Let me just also get them close up because the artwork is so adorable, like seriously adorable. And of course I'm going to show you also how they look from the inside. Okay, so of course I was in the middle of saying I'm going to do one look here on camera, and then I'm going to show you the swatches of all palettes. I'm going to show you the looks that I've already done, and then at the end there will be the finished look with the finished styling, because this is pajama time. And if you're interested in all of that, then stay till the end, because I usually end up being really pretty. Just saying. Okay, sweeties, if you're new here, I'm Leorah. I'm so into colorful makeup, so into indie makeup, and I'm just also in like styling and everything. I just wanted to be a little bit, you know, different, special, out there, and that is what I'm doing here. So please check out my channel and subscribe, because that would be awesome. Okay, so now let me show you the palettes themselves. This is the Pamper Me palette, which looks like this. Of course, as I already told you, I have used them already, so that's why they look used, because that's what you do with your makeup. Then this is the Me Myself I palette, which is the most neutral, or the most gentle, I would say, in this whole package. This is how she looks, and you will be surprised at the end of the video when you see the look that I did with that palette. You will be surprised. Okay, and Bubble Time. This is probably color scheme wise my most favorite, but each of them has so much to offer like you wouldn't believe. Okay, and today, let me just take them out of this packaging, and today we're going to do a look with all 3 of them, which shall be interesting. Okay, I actually, let me just zoom you in a little bit. I actually spoke to my older daughters about it. I put all 3 palettes in front of them and I was like, help me. How should we put a look together? And we were actually speaking together what we should do, or what I should do. They were giving me orders basically. So anyway, and I also told them I'm going to use shades of these palettes as highlighter, as blush, you know, so in order to just create a whole look that is very Unique Beauty heavy. You know what I mean? Okay, as always, I have primed this one eye, because I do one eye on camera and one eye off camera. And I think what are my instructions? My instructions are to start with this shade. Dark blue transition shade. This is the shade Zen, and it's a dark blue matte with silver sparkles, and my daughter said this looks like it's like a night sky, you know, with like silver sparkly stars, which is really pretty. Okay, so let's just go in and kind of see what happens. Formula wise, I'm going to still tell you, of course, in the review part, but I'm for now just going to place this, and it's gonna be out there because I told them I want to have a look that is, you know, kind of boom, and using all my favorite colors, even though it's hard to use your favorite shades in those palettes, because actually there's so much in this that it's really hard to choose. Okay, but that's what we're doing here. I don't know if you can see the silver sparkle. It doesn't bother me. I know for some people it's an issue and they don't like it. For me, I don't really mind. As long as I have a dark matte somewhere and the sparkle doesn't bother me. Okay, but I think you can see that this has a really nice pigmentation and is a really beautiful shade. Okay, next I want to take this palette. This is the Bubble Time palette, this one, and I want to take the shade, which one? Maybe Bubble Bath? Maybe let's take Bubble Bath. I don't remember which one they wanted me to take, this one or this one, but I'm gonna go for this one. And let's just find a different brush, maybe this one. And let's put that here at the inner part. it's kind of strange. I should have maybe used that first and then blended the dark one into that, but you know, whatever. So anyway, I wanted to quickly talk to you a little bit about my girls, because I really want to, and that is because I have 3 girls, but I want to dedicate this video to my set of twins, my first set of twins, because I have 2 sets of twins actually, and a couple more kids. So just saying, it's a busy bunch here, but I want to dedicate this video to my oldest twin girls, who are 10 years old. Because they're going through a very, very rough time, and I don't know when you're seeing this video. I hope you will see it soon after I'm filming this, but just saying, when I'm referring to times or something like this, then this might not be actually, like, it might be some time ago. So anyway, this is gonna look nice, sweeties. Just be prepared that this is gonna be a nice look. Anyway, so they're going through a very, very rough time because of school. And I didn't know. And that in itself is already a thing where I say, why didn't I know? I'm their mom. I should know. I should feel their pain. I should feel when there's something off. But I didn't. You know, that in itself deserves a whole video on its own. Because how come that I didn't know that they're having such a rough time. Thing is, and I'm trying to make this really, really short, but I just had conversations with my girls the other day with a lot of crying, a lot of emotion on all sides, me included. And it was hours, you know, it was hours, and just to feel the pain of your child is just so unbearable. It's worse than anything I've ever had. Like, if I have pain on my own, on my own body, I can handle it. Do I like it? No. Is it like, you know, but the pain of your child, there is like, wow. Okay, so they're going through this rough time because they are actually being mobbed in their school, and I didn't know. And they're being mobbed because they dress modestly. And that is something where I just have no understanding, you know, because it is actually a sort of medium religious school. It's not a secular school. They do have a dress code in that school. Good. It's a good thing, because we actually got ourselves informed about this before we signed up our kids there. But the thing is, it's not being enforced. Does one say that? Enforced, I think. It sounds like a horrible word, but you know, nobody's doing anything about it. And apparently there are about 80, 85, 90% of the girls in their class actually coming into school with miniskirts and stuff like that. And that is not what we signed up for. That is definitely not what we signed up for. This is not how we live, what they see from me. And now they're being mobbed in school, and apparently for a very, very long time. And I am outraged. I am outraged, and there is a lot of stuff going to be happening in my life, because I'm going to turn into the lioness that I am, and I'm going to stand up for my children, like now, you know? Now that I know things are going to be happening, and God have mercy on that school, because I'm going to make a stink, a big one. This is so not what's going to happen. Anyway, so okay, let us go back into what we have to do. What did I have to do? I think they wanted me to go into the Pamper Me palette and use this purple shade for the inner part. Did they say that? I think so. I hope I'm doing this right. Okay, what I'm going to do is, because some of these shades are a little bit hard to pick up on the brush, so I'm going to definitely spray my brush with my setting spray. And let's go into the shade Gouache. I don't know what that is, but anyway, let's go into this, and let's put that on. So it flakes a little bit, but anyway, I'm going to put this on, and then afterwards I'm going to also use my finger to put it on. I don't know how it would perform with like a silicone tipped brush or something. I don't own stuff like that, so that's why I cannot use it. They're super, super beautiful. It's just application wise, maybe not the easiest to pick up on the brush. And I'm not going to use a lot of space because I still want to, of course, use a different shade also. Okay, so this is basically what it looks like applied with a brush. I'm going to now use it with my finger. And this is how pretty it is. I know that some teachers actually are subscribed to my channel, some teachers of my kids. So if you see this, just get your seatbelts on because, you know, I'm going to be showing up there very, very soon. The second I could, because all of this happened on my Shabbat and on Shabbat, because we are Shabbat observant, we are not like doing phone calls and all of this. So that's why I couldn't do anything once I found out. After Shabbat was over, I got on the phone and I immediately requested a meeting with the class teacher and the school counselor. And from there, I will move my beautiful butt into the principal's office. Just saying. Okay, so anyway, because my kids need to be protected, and that is what I've been put here for, you know? I'm more than just a makeup face. So I think you could see now that I applied this also with my finger on top that it picked up super, super nicely. I'm right now here just blending the edges a little bit. And that's what it is. Okay, now let's go into this palette again, the Bubble Time palette, and use this shade right here. And I'm going to first, again, try to do it with a brush. Spray the brush. There's so many beautiful shades in this palette that it's seriously, seriously hard to decide what to do. Now this one picks up better, definitely. Let's just put this right here. Oh, this is so beautiful, sweeties. Okay, also here I'm going to put a layer of a finger application on top of this and sort of dab it on and kind of also like blend it like this. Okay, so the other thing that I still wanted to say is, you know, when children feel not good enough and they feel like they have to basically wear a mini skirt and sort of reduce themselves to something that they don't even want to do, that they don't know, that they don't see from their parents, that is not their values, but they feel like they have to do it in order to be part of the in crowd and not the outcasts in the class. That is so horrible. And I mean, seriously, I thought that this would not be an issue in that school, because I have removed my kids from a different school before because it was suffocating there. And I'm not this kind of, I'm not a troublemaker mom. I am not, you know, if they do their job, if they do what they're supposed to do, teaching my kids, keeping them safe and out of trouble while they're in school, then I'm absolutely supportive and whatever, you know. I'm not someone who's looking for trouble, but if there's trouble, I will not let this pass. Definitely not. Okay, let's maybe go into Candlelight, which is this one. It's kind of a special name for a dark shade like this, but let's just do that, and let's take maybe a very, very dense brush and just put that one on. This is a matte. It's like it's super, super cold, dark green. And let's sort of dab this here into the corner. I hope you can see. Can you see? Please, can you see? Okay, so anyway, this is that, and then I'm just going to quickly blend it with that blue one, with the blue shade, the first one we used. Okay. Still have to do some blending here, obviously. Where did I put the blue brush? Here. And but this is basically the idea for the look. And then of course I'm going to still show you also what we're going to do under the eye, and of course also for the face makeup, because I definitely want to show you how I'm using shades from this palette as blush and as highlighter. So that is coming right up. Let me just sort of fix this a little bit more, blend it a little bit more, and then we'll be right back. Okay, sweeties, this is how it looks now. I actually super quickly on the spur of the moment decided to do a liner with this shade right here, which is the shade Loofah, which is kind of a olive green kind of a situation, and it's so beautiful. And if you want to know how I do my liners when I use actually shades from the palette, there is a video on my channel where I'm explaining everything about Duraline and how I use it, and this is how I did it. Okay, so anyway, let us finish the look. I don't have lashes on, it's just obviously there is no lashes, I mean my lashes, but okay, let us do the inner corner. Once we have finished the eyes, I will go then to the face makeup and show you that as well. So I think my instructions were to go to the Me Myself eye palette and use this white shade here. It's not really a true white shade, it is a shimmer shade and it has a shift, and that is what I'm supposed to use as an inner corner highlight. So that's what I'm doing right now. I hope you will be able to see the shift. It's like a pinkish shift, you know. This is what it looks, and it fits super nicely. This is what it looks. This is what it looks like. Okay, and it fits super nicely into this palette, like really well. Okay, so this is what I'm supposed to do. Then the other thing, what was I supposed to do? Wait, which palette? Confusing. Same palette, this one, this shade here, right? This one here. It's like a bronzy shade, and it kind of also has like a pink shift to it. That's the shade Face Mask. And wow, haven't we had a lot to do with face masks this last year? But of course, this one here is a different kind of a face mask. This is the one we want, you know? That's the beauty enhancing one. Okay. So let's just try. I'm not spraying my brush right now, and also now it's on a set surface, so I'm just going to drag this super close to my lash line. On my lash line, as you can see, I do have a purple. I kind of wanted to pick up that purple from up on the lid again, so I'm kind of just sliding it on, and I'm going to also blend it out with a shade also from this palette. No, from a different palette. So anyway, these were my instructions. I'm just following orders here. It's amazing that I actually remembered what the orders were, because it was a lot. When two 10-year-olds are standing there with you, ogling the palettes, and then they go like, and do this, and do this, and do this, and do this, and maybe do this, and maybe just use all of the shimmers because they're so beautiful. Okay, so next brush, where are you? Why don't I have enough brushes? I'm going to go back to the Pamper Me palette, and I'm going to use the shade Pamper Me. This one. Okay. And this one also has a shift. Also, this one is a little bit harder to pick up, but I'm not spraying my brush because this is now just to blend out. And I actually used this shade in a previous look that was like a neutral look, but with a very dramatic liner and lashes, very dramatic lashes. I used that in that look, and it was so beautiful, and I also used it actually as a face highlighter. So for this small area here, it's a little bit hard to apply, but it could also be the brush, honestly. So I'm just sort of trying to create a transition between this face mask shade and this one here. I think this is not the right brush, probably. But anyway, so that is what I'm doing, and now let us also go to the face makeup, because we still have to do blush and we still have to do highlight to use those palettes. Let me just, I don't know, try to blend this a tiny little bit. Overall, I think this is good. I might have to fix this a tiny little bit and use a different brush. I just don't want to take the time now. Okay, so I think my girls told me to use this one here as a blush, but then we kind of decided together to go for this one because this is a shiny. And apparently what we want is shiny. So let me just clean my brush on my pants, because it's pajama time. I'm wearing pants. Okay, so this is the shade Spa. This one, I don't know how this is going to react as blush. I'm going to be really careful. I might go ahead and do the other one on top of it or something if I don't like this one as a blush. Let's just see. I'm being super careful because I don't want to mess up the look, because sometimes shades don't react well to being used as a blush if they're not intended as a blush. Especially like sparkly ones, you can really mess up a look. But this one here is actually reacting well, I have to say. This is actually reacting super well. It is not having a super big impact. Maybe I'll just build it up a little bit more. I think it's picking up nicely, and it's also blending super well, you know? So that is really, really cool. So anyway, what I also still wanted to say about this whole topic with my daughters is, of course, I'm here to support them. I'm here to defend them and to protect them. I think that is just my God-given job as a mother or as a parent. And I think it would be horrible if I wouldn't do that. But of course, I always will be fair. You know, if there are occurrences that my kids have acted up and hurt someone else, I will make them call that person. I will make them apologize, or even in person apologize. I'm not that kind of a mom who is like, my kid is always right, you know? But in this case now, I just know that there is something that is really, really not right that is going on. I think my contour shade is not really blended well. I didn't see that before. Okay, so let us also go into the Me, Myself and I palette again, and I also want to use this shade here, the shade Head Wrap, which is kind of what I'm always doing, and that is so cool. I'm going to use that as a highlighter. I do believe that I have used this one as a highlighter before in one of the looks. I think in all of the looks that I've done with this palette, I've used shades, the highlighter shades from the palette, you know? So this adds a bit of a sparkle. It doesn't really add a lot of difference to the blush, because they're both sort of leaning into the pinkish direction, even though this has a bit of more of a hint of orange also to it. So this is how it looks. It's all over very shiny. So I think what I'm going to do is that I'm actually now, after the fact, also going to apply a hint of this one, which is also from the Me, Myself, I palette, the shade Massage. And I'm just going to take a little bit of that, and I'm going to still apply that on top of the sparkly shade, just so we have a little bit more body to the blush. Because if you don't have a lot of body to the blush, and the blush is also shimmery or shiny, and then you apply the highlighter, it all sort of floats into one, and that's a shame, you know, because they all are beautiful enough to stand on their own. So I think this helps. I think this is really beautiful. Okay, so let me just finish this look, give you the swatches, give you all the looks, and then we meet right here. So don't go anywhere for the review part. Sweeties, now you have seen all the looks, you have seen me create this look, you have seen the swatches that I still have here. They are spectacular. They are absolutely spectacular. They swatched like a dream. At least the shimmers are absolutely phenomenal. These mattes here, the green blue ones or teal ones, were a little bit thinner, at least in the swatching, but in the performance on the eye, they were absolutely fine. So yeah, I have all of this on a bare arm, and this is how it looks. And seriously, especially the shimmers, there is not a single shimmer in those palettes that is just like a flat shimmer, you know? Everything shifts, and everything is beautiful, and everything sparkles, and everything has a dimension, and everything is like, help me. You know, this is what I feel. Okay, so anyway, let's zoom you in, and let's give you a closer look. I also, and I did that off camera, so I should tell you, I also used another shade from one of the palettes, which I'm going to show you in just a second, for highlighting my chin and my nose. But yeah, so this is how it looks. It's kind of cute, actually, that on one side, the highlighter shade that I chose, and I showed you also when I applied it, turns out actually being sparkly actually a little bit more towards the white, and here a little bit more towards like a green yellow. I don't mind it. I don't know why that happened. Maybe I mixed up the shades. It's possible. But anyway, let's move you back out. And I'm going to show you the shade that I then in the end used for highlighting my chin. And it's this one. And it's actually, which one is it? It's this one here. It's this shimmer right here, which is like a white. It sort of has a white base, but it kind of has also a peach pink shift to it. It's spectacular. It's also what I have in my inner corner. Okay, so basically that is what it is. What do I think? Well, what do you think I think? Sweeties. This was amazing. If you do know and like Glam Shop Poland, the formula, I think you will like this too. My personal opinion, I think this is super, super similar and just super amazing. Super amazing stuff, and wow, am I a fan. Sweeties, you know, wait, I have to turn off the buzzing on my phone because, sorry, I forgot to do that. All right, you know that I'm very, very positive about makeup anyway, but you know, if I'm really, really caught with a brand, then this is how it looks, you know. So I have to say, today when I filmed the makeup application part of this video, I was really, really upset, and you probably also felt that. I have ever since started to I don't know, settle down, maybe not, because I cannot possibly settle down about my kids being bullied, but I'm starting to sort things out and put them away in the categories where they belong, so I can deal with them one at a time, you know, because this is what I do. So I do feel a little bit better, but still, you know, usually when I'm very, very upset and I'm doing makeup, it turns into a mess. But this is just so, so beautiful. And also when my kids then got up and saw it, my girls who had decided on the look, they were really, really happy, and they said, Mom, this turned out like bomb.com, you know, and it did. It absolutely, like, it absolutely did. So do I like the performance? Absolutely. Everything was beautiful about these palettes. And even maybe you saw in one of the looks, which one was this? Wait, one of the looks that was like a neutral kind of a look, but like a winged out cut crease, that is that palette. That's what I said in the beginning of the video. You wouldn't believe what you can do with a palette like this, you know? And you know also that me personally, I'm not really into 6-pan palettes at all, but these are just so, so good. Like, so good, you know? And even in combination, it's unbeatable. Also, the shade that I used as an eyeliner, it is this one here. It is that true though? Wait, is that true? No, it's this one. It's this one. This is a spectacular shade. There are no words for this. There are absolutely no words for this. The whole theme of this collection, the way it is executed, the way, I don't know, the whole vibe is just absolutely phenomenal. And I'm a super big fan. Good thing that when I bought this spring cleaning collection, I also bought the previous collection, which was, I think it was called Japan collection or something like this, the older one. So I'm still going to review this, and I cannot wait because this is good stuff, sweeties. Please don't sleep on this brand. It is absolutely Leorah approved, but like absolutely, you know? Yeah. Just saying. Okay, staining, creasing, can't really say. I mean, at the end of the day, after like 10 hours of wearing a makeup, it could be that it slightly separates between the shades here in the fold, but I think that is normal because we are humans and that happens, and makeup is not magic. But I think you can also see this look is now, let me see, this look is now 4.5 hours old, and this is how it looks. You know, this is how it looks, and I have not touched this or cleaned this up before I went back to be on camera again. So just saying, like, this is really seriously good stuff. I don't know how it performs without a primer or anything, cannot speak on this, but the way I used it without a set primer, you know, this is how it looks, and this is how it turned out, and all the looks that I did were absolutely beautiful in my eyes. So yeah, I don't think there are any dots in the palettes. I think they're like, this is really, really good stuff. Buildability there, no fading, creasing really after the whole day, maybe a tiny little bit, but really, and that is it. So I wouldn't change a thing about this. I would not change a thing. Like, also the artwork and everything is so, so cute, you know? Seriously, Eunique Beauty, super well done. Absolutely, you have my heart. I'm giving it to you right here. So before we finish the video, I just quickly want to say one more thing about this whole business with my girls. I'm going to take care of this, and maybe I'm going to do a follow-up video in another makeup application video about this. I just feel like stuff like this, I know it's out there. I know it's out there. I'm not living in a bubble. I know that bullying in every school, let's face it, is for real. And not only in every school, it's also in workplaces and like social media. Sweeties, let's face it, on social media, it's a cesspool for bullying. And I know it's there, but this is like, I need to protect my children, you know, and especially for something like this, that they're actually doing something that is nice and proper. Why is nice and proper not accepted anymore? I don't understand. How can that be? How can it be that good values and stuff like this is being frowned upon and is being laughed at and is being put down? That cannot happen. And yes, my girls are good enough. And if other girls their age tell them they're not good enough, I will have to speak up about that. Because this is one of my main messages here on my channel, that yes, you are created in an amazing way. You're created in perfection. You are more than good enough. You are more than good enough. That means I am good enough, more than good enough. That means you are too. And that means my girls are too. And because they are the princesses in my kingdom, because you know, I'm the queen in my kingdom, but they are the princesses. They're the crown princesses, and I'm going to raise them in that way, and I'm not going to stray away from that. So just saying, you know, sometimes it's tough. Sometimes we have to fight for things that should be self-understood. And there are so many other issues in this world I know that we could talk about, but let's just keep it at that for this video. So anyway, that is that. Please leave me your comments, of course, in the comment section down below. If you want to know exactly what I have on my face, you will find all of that in the description box, together with all my links to social media for more looks in regards styling, and also regarding, of course, more makeup looks and makeup content. Besides that, of course, there will also be all my links to the different brands where I have actually discount codes, so you can use them in case you want to. Besides that, again, let me know what you think about the look, about the brand, about that topic, if you want to share, because I'm sure that we all have experiences with that. And besides that, if you're new here and you have not done so, then please, now is the last possible opportunity to subscribe to my channel for this video. So please do it, because we are growing a beautiful, very, very positive tribe here where we can enjoy makeup, talk about stuff, and just be together and just, you know, having a good time. So anyway, that is that. I hope to see you here again for my next video, which is going to be super soon. And up until then, go ahead and sparkle. Hugs and kisses. Bye.